Coming up this Friday and Saturday, the Center for Cinema at ETSU will host its inaugural event called Science and Fictions, Cinema in East Tennessee. And here with a preview is Dr. Chelsea Wessels. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I was just telling you, when I was in school a long time ago, I didn't have this option of a Center of Cinema. This is a fairly new program.
Yes, so ETSU has a media and communications with a film major,
Right.
so that's where they do film production, and then we have a film minor, film and media studies and literature and language,
Right.
which my co-director Matthew Holtmeyer and I came and redesigned 2 years ago. So we're sort of an existing program that's completely revamped, and basically Shara Lange in media and communication, Matthew and I wanted to kind of come together and bring
Right.
together all the strands of film and cinema at ETSU so we could form kind of like a super group, and that's the Center for Cinema.
What is the emphasis you're placing on this symposium? What's the messages you're trying to get across here?
Yeah, so we just want to keep fostering conversations about film and cinema in East Tennessee. There's been so much growth here in terms of production and our programs at ETSU and things like, last time I was here we were talking about the Johnson City Film Festival.
Right.
So we wanted to kind of like build on that and keep moving forward. And so we thought, right now it's still a little tricky with like what kinds of events are okay to have. So we thought, let's take advantage of Zoom and see if we can bring in all of these people that we may not be able to get if we were trying to bring them in person, and just kind of have a day or two of conversations and workshops about like, our question is kind of like, what can film do here? What kinds of conversations can it have? What kinds of things can people do to produce film and media here? So we just kind of wanted to bring all of these things together and have like a conversation, a day of conversations and a day of workshops around kind of these key issues right now. So we're thinking about, the history of our region, but also COVID
Right.
and communicating public health and, kind of how does film fit into all of that? So.
I'm constantly hearing of films, the local films that are being produced here. Are you seeing more and more of that happening here?
Absolutely, yes. So the Tennessee Entertainment Commission, which is one of our sponsors for this event, we have the Northeast Tennessee Entertainment Alliance that's here. And so, there's really been a lot of work to bring production here and keep production here so that we can kind of keep growing as a center for production.
And I can see this being a gateway to being able to have a better conversation about our region, about our entire, not just East Tennessee, but the entire region, through film, being able to portray our region in a better light.
Absolutely. So one of our guests on Friday is Dr. Elizabeth Catt, who you may be familiar with her book, What You're Getting Wrong About Appalachia, which is sort of a response to J.D. Vance's Hillbilly Elegy, which, as you may know, was just a Netflix film. And so it's things like that, right? Like, how do we tell our own stories?
Right.
How do we kind of respond to, here's this image of, Appalachia that's kind of been put out there in popular culture, and how do we sort of think about, well, that's not how we tell our own stories, right? So we also have Mimi Pickering from the Apple Shop, which is, a media collaborative element that is, helping people tell their own stories from this region. And film is such a significant part of that.
And people want to take part in the symposium. How do they go about doing that?
They can go to etsu.edu/cinema and find all the information to sign up for the webinars on Friday. There's 3 panels and then the workshops on Saturday, and everything is free. You just have to log in from your computer having Zoom installed.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to give everybody the information right now about Science and Fiction Cinema in East Tennessee, happening 14th and 15th this Friday and Saturday. It's a Zoom symposium. There's the information you need right there at that website at the bottom of the screen to get involved.